It was 27 degrees last night here in North Florida, kind of chilly, and that's about the coldest it's been all year. And I went dove shoot yesterday, and the wind was blowing, and those boogers were hard to hit with that wind blowing like that. I don't think I cut a feather, but dove is clean meat, and I like to make dove and rice with a roux, and I take bell pepper and garlic and onions and olive oil, and I fry the dove breast and make a roux, and then I pour it over yellow rice in an Instapot, and it makes some delicious dove and rice. Now, the dove is a symbol of the Holy Spirit. If you look all over the world in all these ancient sites and you see a dove there, that means they worship God there. If you see a snake or a serpent or a flying dragon, then they worship Satan there. When God came back to earth 14,000 years ago at the Cacta Bowl, Satan's overthrow, called the foundation of this world, God found a third of his children following Satan. And boy, that made God very angry. A third of his children. We were all spiritual beings in the first earth age. We weren't in the flesh. We were spiritual beings. Bigfoot, Sabretooth, Big Bad Wolf, and these woolly mammoths, they were all in the flesh. Now, when you see and hear about Bigfoot, Sabretooth, and Big Bad Wolf, they come in the spirit now. They're not flesh beings, they're spiritual beings. So you can't trap one. You can't shoot one. The bullet will go right through them. And they can walk right through your bars if you put them in a jail of some type. So you're not going to trap one and you're not going to shoot one. They come as spiritual beings through these triangular shaped portals. Just like Enoch went through a triangular shaped portal, and God took Enoch. He took him through a portal. And that's how Enoch was taken by God. He wasn't taken in a whirlwind. And Enoch was 7th generation after Adam. He was the first preacher. And he preached against the fallen angels, mixing with the daughters of Adam, trying to mess the bloodline of Christ up so the Messiah couldn't be born. Now that's why Satan sent the fallen angels, to try to mess the bloodline of Christ up so the Messiah couldn't be born. Hebrews 2:14. Jesus came to defeat death. Satan is spiritual death. So that's why Jesus came, was to defeat Satan. Hebrews 2:14. So Satan sent the fallen angels, 200 of them, according to the book of Enoch, which I'm going to cover the book of Enoch here as soon as we get through with the Bible. It talks about 7 levels of heaven and the 7 archangels over those 7 levels of heaven. And the name of them, Michael is over the top level of heaven, and then Gabriel's over the 2nd level. And then you got Shatneel and Shakaquil and Barariel and Badar Ariel and Packer Ariel. So you got 7 archangels over the 7 levels of heaven according to Enoch. Now, there's 5 books of Enoch, not one, and they found 3 complete copies of Enoch in the Dead Sea Scrolls, or partial copies, and they had complete copies already. So the Dead Sea Scrolls, they found 3 incomplete copies of Enoch, but between the three of them, they mixed it together, and it was the same as the other books of Enoch. And there's 5 books in Enoch. So, and 200 and something pages to read. And it's got some stuff in it that's hard to understand. But I'm going to read it to you, and we'll cover the book of Enoch as soon as we finish the Bible. And I want to do the Apocrypha, the women heroes of the Bible. But I want to finish the Bible up itself. And we're in Psalms now. Now, if you look all over the world, you see those snakes, serpents, Chichen Itza down in Mexico, snake heads coming out of the wall, and a flying dragon coming down the steps. So they worship Satan down there. And then you go down to Pumapunta in Bolivia. Now, they must have been doing some heavy-duty Satan worshiping down there. Because when God hit that place, he knocked the South Pole 1,000 miles off rotation. When he hit the North Pole, he knocked it 90 miles off rotation. If you're a pilot, and in the old days, you didn't have GPS, you had to factor in that 90-mile difference here in North America. And when God came back to earth and found a third of his children following Satan, that's Revelation 12, verse 3. And the dragon, Satan, symbol of Satan, the dragon, used his tail, his tall tales, his lies, to sweep 1/3 of God's stars, spiritual beings. We weren't made into flesh man until the 6th day after the cat the bowl. Now, why did God love Jacob and hate Esau when they were in their mother's womb? That's Romans 9 and Malachi 1. Old Testament and the New Testament tells you the same thing. Why did God love Jacob and hate Esau even when he was in his mother's womb? Because of what they did at the cat the bowl. Jacob stood by God and Esau didn't. Ephesians 1:4. Now the cat the bowl is called the foundation of this world in the Bible. Ephesians 1:4. And God chose his elect, the 12,000 from each tribe, 144,000 and 7,000 super elect. He chose them at the cat the bowl, the foundation of the world. So, when God came back to earth and found a third of his children following Satan, he shook the earth. Tuhuavuhu means void and without form. God did not create earth void and without form. He made earth void and without form. He shook the earth, knocked the North Pole 90 miles off rotation, the South Pole 1,000 miles off rotation, and destroyed a bunch of these places that they were worshiping Satan at. He was so mad. God was very angry. And so then on the 6th day after the cat the bowl, the foundation of this world, spelled Katabole, Satan's overthrow. It's on the internet. You can look it up and read about it. Like I said, it's in the Bible. It's called the foundation of this world. And when he shook the earth, the firmament, we had morning dew. The Sahara Desert was lush, plenty of water. They find these woolly mammoth tusks in Alaska, Siberia, way up north. We had the morning dew. We had the firmament. The whole earth was inhabitable. And if you read in Revelation 20, 21, and 22, the last 3 chapters of Revelation in the Bible, God's going to rejuvenate the earth. He's going to build